Step into your power as a writer. Stop being afraid to promote yourself. Now, I had to choose today's title for all those writers out there that are scared to promote themselves. This might be the number one block that I work with writers on in my coaching practice. So many writers are just terrified at promoting themselves. And when you have this kind of fear, it really blocks you from success. It blocks your writing dreams from ever coming to fruition. I can't blame writers for being scared to promote themselves because promoting yourself can be scary. And marketing is also overwhelming when you don't know where to start. Maybe the thought of promoting yourself makes you cringe. I know that it does a lot of writers, right? I actually will see a writer physically cringe when we're doing a session and we start talking about marketing. They'll sort of curl up and withdraw into their shell and they're like, I don't want to talk about that. I don't like marketing. I get it. I was once there. One of the big secrets that I always tell my clients about when you're inexperienced with marketing, a lot of the time when we think about marketing our work, we think about promoting ourselves, putting a spotlight on ourselves, drawing attention to ourselves, saying, look at me, I wrote a book, here's my book. Or look at me, here's my blog, follow my blog. We feel like we're being a nuisance. We feel like we're maybe sort of pushing something on people that they don't want, and we're inviting them to look at us, and then we feel exposed. And we also feel like we're inviting their judgment, which can be scary and doesn't feel very good. The secret is that when you are marketing your work, if you're marketing your book or your book isn't out yet, but you're trying to build a following for your blog or articles on Medium so you can sort of build a little bit of an audience before your book comes out, whenever you're doing something like that, you're not actually trying to promote yourself. You're not trying to expose all of your personal details to the world. Instead, you're doing slow and steady work to help other people gain awareness about the fact that your work exists, the fact that you have a book and they can buy it on Amazon, or you have a blog and they can follow it and read it. And this is the kind of stuff you write about. That's really all marketing is. And once writers figure that piece out, oh, I don't have to expose myself. I don't have to do anything I'm really uncomfortable with. I'm not inviting people to have a spotlight on me or look at me. It can feel a lot better. It can feel a lot more comfortable. Now, this doesn't totally dissolve another block around marketing, which most writers have, which is that marketing feels totally overwhelming. This is also understandable. In today's world, if you go on Google and you type in marketing your book or best ways to market your book or best ways to market yourself as a writer, pages and pages and pages of results come up, and it can feel really overwhelming. There are so many options. So how are you supposed to know which direction to go in? How are you supposed to know which options to pick? If you're a writer, you usually feel pretty isolated too. A lot of writers don't know other writers, and they don't know of anyone they can go to and ask these types of questions. What would be the best fit for me? What should I be looking at? What's the best fit for my book? Now, the last block is that a lot of writers don't consider themselves marketing or business people. I've heard this from so many writers. So many clients will say, I didn't go to school for marketing. I didn't go to business school. I've never had an interest in business stuff. I don't think I like marketing. I'm a creative person. I'm a dreamer. I'm a writer. I just want to spin my stories and hope that they find people. So there's probably no hope for me with this marketing thing because I'm not suited that way. That's not my strong suit. That's not my forte. I don't run that way. This is another illusion. There are ways to market without you turning into a full-fledged business person or making it a full-time additional job, especially if you already have a job. If you have these kinds of blocks going on though, if you feel like marketing's totally overwhelming, you don't know anything about business, so it's probably hopeless for you, you're going to be very exposed, this feels really scary, this results in you feeling scared and inadequate, like you won't ever be able to do it. And when you think about writing your book and putting it out in there in the world, you also think, well, my book will probably never reach anyone because marketing feels impossible to me, and I don't know how to get over that. If this is you, you need help, and most importantly, you need support. You need to not be on your own in this and not feel so alone. You need to have someplace you can go to ask questions and get trustworthy answers. Now, I've worked with so many writers over so many years on these questions and problems over and over and over again. Writers come to me with the same stuff. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm stumbling here. So I put together a live class. It's opening in just a couple of days. It's called Write, Publish, Market Your Nonfiction Book. So whether you're writing memoir, whether you're writing self-help, whether you're writing a healing journey book or a workbook, if you want to write any sort of nonfiction book that you feel will serve the world, that you feel will actually help people who are going through similar experiences as to experiences that you've already gone through in your life, and you want to share what you've learned, if that's your dream to put that kind of book out into the world, and you want people to actually find it and actually read it and actually be helped by it, this is the class for you. We're going to be learning about breaking through marketing mindset blocks, because that's the truth. A lot of times people will come to me with a marketing problem, and it seems like a very real logistical external problem to them, and then we look at it and we take it apart. It's actually a mindset problem. It was actually always in their mind. We're also going to be learning about ways to make marketing simple, doable, basic. You don't have to have a business degree. You don't need to learn a mountain of information. You can learn how to do this and still have a full-time job and still have your family and your kids and your very full life and not spend hours and hours and hours trying to learn how to do this stuff. We're also going to be learning about how to get real results with marketing, how to actually get your book or your work into more hands and in front of more eyes so that it can help more people. If this is speaking to you, if you are the dreamer writer who really wants to write a book that will help serve the world and help people who are in pain, but you also are very confused about how to finish this book, how to publish this book, how to market this book, this is the class for you. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel and you sign up for my newsletter. That's where I send out all the updates, all the announcements about this class and any other classes I'll be teaching in the future. If you have any questions, there's a contact form on my website, laurensapala.com. Please send me your questions about the class. This is a 3-week class. Class 1 is all about writing. Class 2 is all about publishing. Class 3 is all about marketing. It's a very simple format. The information is going to be very straightforward and very direct, and you will get all the recordings to the classes and lifetime access to those recordings. So even if right now you're like, this book I want to write, it's still kind of a creative seed. I haven't even started it yet. I might not even be to the publishing part of the process until a year or 2 from now. Marketing might even be farther out than that. You can still register for this class now. You get the recordings. You can watch them at that date or revisit them at that date and use that information then. So I think this is going to be a really helpful class to anyone who feels confusion in any of these areas, but really feels strongly about writing their nonfiction book and getting it out into the world. I hope I see you there.